I experienced vulnerability at this age.
My struggles come from internally.
Naturally, I got thrown back by it.
Can't be too hard on yourself.
It's the first time in my life that I felt like not comfortable.
How harsh the execution might have been made you prosper and where you are now.
I don't know where I would have ended up if something like this didn't happen in my life. Cool. It is good to be back. Today, we've got Ayub and Qasim, Cameroon.
Hello everyone, welcome.
We're going to be talking about a lot of very important topics. Palestine, Israel, possibly to follow. Obviously I've got new clothes, so I can dress now.
budget came through apparently.
Yeah, obviously Ayub, Brentford, promoted.
Very happy. League, man. We're Premier League, man.
Chelsea as well yesterday.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Chelsea as well yesterday. So we're all in a good space. It's good to be back. More wisdom, more knowledge, more power to share to everyone.
Oscaring.
First thing I want to talk about, I'm going to kind of talk about an anecdote, right? A personal experience. You lot can obviously jump in. I know Qasim has a kind of story to tell after. So mine's just relating to hardship. I think hardship is very important. You know, I don't think you can progress, you can evolve, you can develop as a person without struggle, hardship. You know, the difficult times is what define you. I know me and Atulu touched on that before. I want to talk about a stage of my life. It was year 11, where I didn't realise the impact, possibly. You could possibly say emotional trauma. Something that really changed my character and really put me on the road to understanding who I was. In hindsight now, I'm very, very grateful because...
Thankfully grateful. Grateful the time.
Because I don't know where I would have ended up if something like this didn't happen in my life. So...
You could have been more like arrogant.
Yeah, possibly. You know, I don't think I would have been who I am today, and I'm so happy to be in a position, the support bubble, friends like you, family, opportunities. The list goes on, right? I'm very honestly, genuinely happy, but people have to understand that, you know, I wasn't born like this. I'm not born genuinely happy. I had to develop myself, had to grow, understand myself. I really had to better myself and understand that these are the things that make me happy because this is who I am. And before I didn't know who I am. Anyways, back to the story now. I was friends with a few boys from year 7 to year 11. I know Qasim probably has a few memories. We're not going to mention names, of course.
Yeah, no.
Obviously very close, blah blah blah. Cool. Now comes like 5 years from school. Man got chucked in the cold, literally. Like they didn't want to know me. Obviously, you laugh about it now, innit? But at the time,
but it happened, yeah.
At the time, and I felt very confused. You know, I thought these were my friends. I thought these were my people that supported me. You know, if you know someone for a lot of years, it's quite a big thing to experience.
Yeah, so imprint on you.
Definitely.
Yeah, especially at that young
so
age.
Naturally, I got thrown back by it. You know, and I felt vulnerable. I felt lost. It was the first time in my life, and I remember, that I felt like not comfortable. I felt, wow, like things have actually changed. Because think about year 7 to year 11, what do? Go to school every day, playground, same thing. Like it's the same routine every day.
Yeah.
It was the first shake up in my life, and I'm grateful because as a result, I became very independent. Had to, you know, find out who I was and everything like that. So if I just link back to that quickly. My dreams are very vivid, right? So I more or less dream every night. Random
so
things.
You dream every night. I like
Wow.
Quite often.
I barely dream, bro.
When
I do dream,
It's different for different people.
When I do dream, I remember it perfectly.
Yeah. It's quite vivid. You can see it. Yeah. So my dreams are quite random, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I'll put one like high testosterone. You can probably guess what that means like that. But something that I noticed around the time that was coming up wasn't obviously frequent, but something that I thought over from a holistic view over a period of time. I was like, you know, I'm not seeing these people, but this emotion is here. This anger, this unsettlement, this
you think
thing.
Still not over them?
No, I'm gonna definitely touch on. Obviously, not right now, definitely. But what I understood, and I took a moment to think about it, You know, after I really started to understand myself, watched a lot of videos how the brain works. You know, this is obviously over time. You know, I realized that this was unconscious. This was like the iceberg. You remember class in psychology?
Yeah.
The iceberg analogy, what you don't see. This was the first time when I was this age, and I'm really grateful to not experience any emotional trauma. I wouldn't really say this was emotional trauma, but I experienced vulnerability at this age.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to share to people, where I felt lost, and this was my body's response possibly to, you know, like protecting myself. So I was thinking to myself now, how can I go about my day-to-day life? You know, obviously I focus on myself, people close to me. I don't think about people in the past, everything. You know, you share the moment with someone, it's cool. But why is this one reoccurring? And I was thinking, how my brain works. I realized last year, 2 years, I'm very conscious based. Like conscience, it's like am I doing the right thing? Am I a good person? Am I helping people? You know, if I've done something bad or possibly to affect someone, I feel bad, and I beat myself up over it. I want to do good. I want to be there for people and everything. But I'm also very closure based. So when the chapter's closed, I'll make sure I deal with it. I dated my ex for nearly 2 years. I've never thought one thing like that, because that whole thing's closed. Like, I have a reason everything happened, blah blah blah. Like, I'm not gonna go into it, but you know the story in it. Like, there could have been so much.
It could be you just basically, from what you're talking about now, you just want closure in it.
Yeah. So I realised that I'm very closure based. Like, I like to close the chapters. I like to move on. And because I never really had a reason or an understanding as to why that happened, that's why it kept coming up, right? So, you know, I think the main thing you have to understand from this, obviously it doesn't happen anymore, rarely, is you need to, you know, face your demons head on and say, like, this is actually what's happening, blah, blah, blah. You know, these are the possible. Sometimes you won't get given reasons by people. You know, people want reasons. Why did they do that? Why did that? Well, because we were all young. Because, you know, no one really knew themselves. And I'm so grateful, because I'm not someone to go to a wedding festival. I'm not someone to dress. I like dressing smart. I'm not someone to dress how, you know, those white people dress. I'm not someone to do
no stereotypes. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm not
no
stereotypes. You
man.
can kind of. I'll put a picture up on the editing.
You could tell, you could tell how.
Yeah, you just want to be properly dressed.
Yeah. Like this is, but I didn't. I thought, I'm not someone who does cocaine, and I'm not against anyone. But I don't do drugs. Like, I'm not. This is not me.
You don't want to be part of that stigma, that group, that association, guilty by association. It links
definitely, this crowd that I thought I was with, or thought who I was, it wasn't me, because I didn't know myself. But once I experienced that after, I can really develop, and I was on the right path ahead. So I think my lesson to anyone is hardships really do define you. You have to learn from, you know, the people at the top and the people who have actually achieved and have really gone on to, you know, better themselves in everything, that hardship is the way forwards. You know, you have to go through struggle at some times. You have to not be able to see the light, but it's about how you bounce back. We all go through struggles, but the winners is how you respond. What do you lot think about that? Personal story?
Yeah, obviously.
About responding from a struggle?
Obviously, yeah, you go.
Yeah, first I just want to start by saying that, you know, obviously I hope everyone is just doing well, and all praises to Allah, you know, the Almighty God. I just feel really grateful just being in all your presence. The sun is shining, and yeah, in terms of speaking about hardships, definitely agree with everything that you said. I wanted to start by saying God had a different plan for you.
Definitely.
And that plan was so effective into getting you where you are right now, in the shoes you are right now. I feel like this hardship was such a necessary difficulty. No matter how harsh the execution might have been, it made you prosper in where you are now. So if you think about it, you turn that negative into a positive. And like you said, that's where the winners stand. That's how you become a winner. The losers are the ones that react negatively and fall down that rabbit hole.
Very emotional based, blame other people. You
start
know,
to
look
lash
external.
out, externally expressing your rage. So the fact that you didn't do that, and you honed yourself and you composed yourself and just grew from there, that's really how we're supposed to react to these kind of scenarios. In terms of a personal hardship for me, I honestly, I've had a lot of... I never had any emotional...
Take your time in it, obviously.
Yeah, I never had any...
You can jump in and anything if you want to.
Of course, I never had any emotional kind of trauma, whether it's from family. Alhamdulillah, like, I'm really grateful. I've had such good friends over the years, such a supportive family. I would say
you as well, Ayub, yeah?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, very grateful.
Very
Yeah.
good. I would say my struggles come from internally. So basically, as you guys might not know, I'm quite a religious person, and this is a very huge foundation in my heart based on what I do in my actions. What really hurts me the most is when I slip up from the actions. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this field.
Feel like you let yourself down.
I let myself down, and I feel.
Like that, man. You have to,
I know it's harsh, but I feel that guilt. This is personal, like I said, the hardship.
So you so you're quite conscious
feel
based
that
like
guilt.
me as well.
It's, yeah,
right?
similar scenario.
You
Yeah,
don't want
different
to do
concept.
wrong to people.
Exactly,
you don't wanna
yeah,
beat
because
yourself
I
up.
feel
True.
I feel that guilt and remorse on a magnified kind of level. I sometimes when I do something wrong during the day, I can't go to sleep and I keeps rewinding in my head, and I'm like, I just hope that God could grant me some kind of forgiveness and clemency, that I could start a new slate and be better the next day.
Yeah.
And that's actually it's really helpful having that positive mindset that when you wake up the next day, you're like, this is a new blessing, a new day. Let's not let the past haunt us. And yeah, that's the way that I personally
What would you say
hardship.
about like doing good deeds, being conscious based? So you quite like that as well, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like Carson, but I'm not too hard on myself.
Too harsh, yeah.
You can't
yeah,
be too
yeah,
harsh on
yeah.
yourself, Carson.
I
Of
agree,
course,
Carson.
yeah.
I think
no one, everyone may have that like bad days. And
definitely,
don't do
definitely.
problem.
Yeah.
I think from what I've seen here, Carson,
So you
I
can't
think
be, can't be too hard on yourself.
I could have like I really understand where you're coming from, but
Yeah.
I think me and I understand that also. Like we're gonna make mistakes in it. Like
Yeah.
you can't sit there and dwell on the past, right? You can't let your body be in the
Definitely.
past and your mind. You have to obviously,
Yeah.
just that closure. And if you said your piece to
course,
someone, or
Mm.
you've messed up and you said you've apologized, you've done whatever, blah blah blah.
And be sincere. I would like to say,
Yeah.
sincerity is a huge concept when it comes to things like this. If you don't have sincerity in your heart, then who you kidding, isn't it? Is you kind of just only fooling yourself. You're not making any real progress. But yeah, I just want to mention that.
Yeah, you can't like beat yourself up over it, because over time, like, or people say, oh, remember that time when you did this, like
Yeah,
they keep
that's-
bringing it up, they keep making you push you down.
100%,
Like that's why I say to anyone in, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not gonna do anything to, vindictive
Of course,
to hurt
definitely,
you, to
yeah.
harm you. But I might make a communication mistake. But I might not be on the same
100%.
page with you for something. We
Definitely,
might
yeah.
clash in some way or another.
But we all could.
But I know that's not like.
Mm.
That's not from a bad place, because I'm a good person. See what I mean?
Yeah, you know who you are. Yeah, deep down in your heart, everyone knows whether they're a good person, a bad person, a scum, disrespectful, respectful, honourable, whatever you name it. But at the end of the day, it's like you said, the winners are the ones that raise their hand up, say they're sorry, and actively want to do better.
100%.
That's how you progress forward.